Hey guys, welcome back to another rebuild here. We're going to be taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars this time. Haven't done this team yet. Kind of forgot about them, to be honest. But if you are interested in rebuilds, make sure you do hit that sub button. I do them a lot here on this channel. So let's go ahead and jump into it here. We're going to be taking on the Jags. They got a pretty good defense. I mean, we do know that. Offensively, they could use a little upgrade here at the receiving core. Maybe get an elite receiver. Running back, Leonard Fournette should last. Obviously, Blake Bortles probably isn't going to be the answer here. At the quarterback position, let's go ahead and put Austin Seferian-Jenkins here. How old is he going to be coming in? 25, so he should be able to upgrade decently here. And then there's actually a decent offensive line here, especially with the left guard and center. You're going to get Andrew Norwell and Linder here. You're going to have a pretty good O-line defensively. Like I said, not a lot to upgrade. You're obviously going to have Jalen Ramsey, AJ Bouye. Really good defensive line with Yannick Ngakoue, Calais Campbell, Marcel Darius. I did throw Malik Jackson up on the trade block, and I'm going to show why. Because they did draft here Taven Bryan, and he's their rookie, obviously their first round draft pick. So I do want to start him. I moved him to a defensive tackle. He's got good strength to be there. So he's actually going to be my second defensive tackle. We'll see what we can get here for Malik Jackson. Hopefully a decent amount. Maybe could use an upgrade here at strong safety. Linebacking core is pretty good with Miles Jack and then Telvin Smith. Maybe left outside linebacker here. Could use an upgrade, but overall not a lot of positions of need. The main one though is going to be quarterback. Hopefully we can get that figured out. And we should be pretty good here. Let's go ahead and set our season goal. I think we can get about 9 wins here this year. Thinking maybe playoffs, possibly playoffs for the division. Actually, not in a great division, but Houston sometimes does do well, and so do the Titans. So we'll see what happens. Let's go and hop into mid-season, unless I do get a trade offer here. Back here for the trade, we are going to have a few offers. Actually, a lot of people are interested. Not surprising here. He is going to be a good player. Just want to really get rid of that cap penalty he is causing. Plus, we get some picks, and I do want to start the rookie here at the defensive tackle. There is a good offer here that I am going to accept from the Chargers. They're actually willing to give up Trevor Williams. I usually like to sign him at free agency, but they're willing to give up a third-round pick as well, so I am going to accept this. And then our secondary at the cornerback position should be good. Throughout this whole rebuild, we have a lot of young players there. So this is going to be the trade we're going to accept from the Chargers. Back here at the midseason mark, we are 2-5, not great to be honest with you. The Texans are pretty good, 6-1. So we're not going to be anywhere near the lead. Surprisingly, I did not think we'd be this bad. But it seems probably Blake Bortles is running up on time here in Jacksonville. Definitely looking for his replacement. Players we're going to have to resign. We did trade for Trevor Williams, so obviously want to resign him to a pretty long-term contract. Really, he should be near the whole rebuild. Kicker, probably want to re-sign him. You always do want to have a good kicker here for the sim. It seems to be a pretty big need because you will miss some kicks. Running back, don't want to re-sign him. Trying to save a little bit of cap. Dante Moncrief, gotta let him go as well. A lot of these people probably aren't going to be back here. Yeah, a lot of them aren't going to be back, and probably just going to look to sign these first two players, the kicker and the cornerback. Let's go ahead and hop to the end of the season. Let's see what our record's looking like and what our stats were. So no playoffs here for us the first year. I'm kind of glad, to be honest. We finished 5-11. Hopefully we do have a high enough pick to draft our quarterback for the future, since Blake Bortles is not going to be the answer. I mean, yeah, 22 touchdowns to 13 interceptions, 65% completion rate. I mean, that's not a bad completion rate, but just long term, really want to upgrade there. Rushing the ball, Leonard Fournette had a decent year, nearly 1,000 yards, has 12 touchdowns. Definitely what you're looking for there. Receiving the ball, Dede Westbrook comes up with 81 receptions, 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. Austin Seferian-Jenkins has a pretty good year. 74 receptions, 700 yards, 3 touchdowns. Marquise Lee, decent year as well. Keelan Cole, not a great year from the slots. Hope for a little bit more, but I mean, you could sum that up to Blake Bortles blocking the ball. We'll see what we were here. We were actually pretty decent, to be honest with you, in the blocking department. Surprisingly, our tackles aren't great either. Defensively, we're always going to be good there. We got 129 tackles with Miles Jack. Telvin Smith with 126. AJ Bouye, 91. Barry Church, 90. Sacks, we should be good there. 8 from Marcel Darius, 5.5 from Telvin Smith, 4 from Yannick Ngakoue. Not really a great amount from our ends. Yannick Ngakoue only gets 4, and then Calais Campbell only comes up with 2.5. Not great there. Really want to see a lot more. AJ Boye comes up with 3 interceptions. Barry Church 3, Telvin Smith 3, Miles Jack 2, Jalen Ramsey 2. So our defense played decent. I mean, we did get some turnovers. Offense obviously did struggle there a little bit. That's going to be it, though, for the end of the season. Not much really to reflect on. Just didn't have a great year. Let's go ahead and upgrade our players real quick and then jump into free agency. So we're going to be back here in free agency. Not a whole lot of big names that we can really afford, to be honest. There's a few offers that I'd like to put out, but we just don't have the cap. That's going to be the problem here playing with Jacksonville. You know, they got a lot of good players, but a lot of their cap is going to be taken up, so I'm not looking forward to some of these upcoming contracts. I'm going to offer one contract, though, to Tyrann Mathieu. I know it's a lot of money. I probably don't have it. As you can see, it's taking up a lot of our cap. So it's only going to leave us 8 cap left, 8 mil. But I did throw Blake Bortles up on the trade block, so if I get any offer for him, I'm going to trade him immediately. Just because of how big of a cap hit that is. Look how much Barry Church is taking. I might try to just cut Barry Church because that's a huge amount of cap that I don't really want to have to be paying right now, especially since he's not that great. So I'll see if I can't cut him. Let's go ahead and see if we get Tyrann Mathieu, though. This is a pretty big signing. And Tyrann Mathieu accepts it, so we get the Honey Badger here. And we get an elite safety to add to our defense. Alright guys, we're going to be in the draft here. We get the 4th overall pick because we didn't have a great season, so that's going to be decent for us. Let's go ahead and see what people are going to pick here. I'm hoping an offensive lineman can stay on the board. Wouldn't be surprised if one of these teams snags it, though. Especially the Dolphins. Okay, so the number 1 tackle is going to be on the board, which I probably am going to have to take. I know Nick Bosa is available, but this is one of the rare times where there's literally, like, I'm not looking for defense at all. Like, there's, like, one position I could upgrade, but that's really it. I'm going to head with this left tackle here. Pass protector. We need some protection on the left side. Oh, no, quarterback. Yeah, quarterback. What am I thinking? Do we want to go quarterback right now? Jarrett Stidham here actually has a pretty good set of skills. That accuracy short is pretty nice. Or do we want to go Drew Lock? I'm not going to lie, I kind of want to go Drew Lock here. He's got a good arm. Let's go Drew Lock. Blake Bortles is not going to be the answer.
He is now the single-season touchdown pass king in the history of the Southeastern Conference. Those are weighty words. How does that fall on your ears, knowing that you have the most touchdown passes in a single season in the history of this great league?
Yeah, it just makes me think back to all the games I watched growing up, thinking about Aaron Murray at Georgia, going up against Florida with Tim Tebow. Those are just the games that I watched. McCarron at Alabama. Think that, your names are up there. And we can go back in the day with Peyton and a bunch of guys.
Steve Spurrier,
all the guys. That's just me growing up. But to be able to put my name up at the top of that list, it speaks for more than just me, though.
I wonder what it feel like to do that shit in real life. And now I know I got it. That's the reason no ID has signed me on a dotted. But it's still visionary to the death of me. Yeah, I'm trying to make it, but I gotta find a recipe. Greatest of all time, I want the world addressing me.
He's a 76 overall. Decent stats all around the board here. He's definitely going to be a strong arm quarterback. I don't know why I almost just completely forgot about quarterback. That would have been horrifically bad if I forgot. And we would have taken that tackle. I mean, it may have helped us out, but I'm not planning on keeping Blake Bortles. So that's really that right there. Let's go ahead and see if there's any offensive linemen left, though. That's greatly important to try to get an offensive lineman here. That would really help us out. And I mean really badly. We need an offensive lineman. A guard would even help. 9th and bench, not looking for that. 10th and bench. Usually when they're low on bench, they're not great people to pick. Is there any tackles available that are still any good? Pass protector. 38th and bench isn't going to cut it here. And it's looking like there's just not really anybody right now, if we're being honest here. I think I'm going to go guard. This guy's 9th. Whoever's higher in bench, I guess I'll take. I guess I'll roll with this guard. He's a 74 overall, 36 in true talent. He's actually got decent strength, better than I thought. Alright, so we make a pick here for right outside linebacker. I think I'm going to swap him over to left outside, to be honest. Well, definitely him, because Talvin Smith is still playing right outside linebacker, but this guy should be a decent left outside linebacker. No real great, like quick development or anything like that. He's just going to have normal, so that could be bad, but 75 overall, he's got decent. Actually, that speed could be bad. To be honest, I don't know about this pick. We'll see if he develops into anything. Probably we'll start him though, because we don't have really anybody great starting out, so it's not going to be real bad to just test him out, see what he can do, but not a great pick. Alright, so we're here with our 4th pick, and to be honest, I need to get some kind of offensive lineman that's going to be of value to me. I kind of just randomly picked that first one. To be honest, I'm using the like realistic draft classes, but it's kind of tough because I kind of like know some of the players that are good, so I don't want to pick the same players over and over again. But these guys could be decent guard picks. They got real good strength. The guard I picked definitely isn't going to probably be the answer. This guy's 24. This guy's 22. I like this guy's skill set a little bit more. So we're going to go with Dmitri Willette here. He's going to be a 76 overall. He's 100 in true talent. Actually, nope. That's just where we drafted him. I'm not sure what true talent he is. This guy's definitely going to start at guard, though, above the guy I drafted. So that's kind of almost like a wasted draft pick, to be honest with you. But we do get a guard here. So our interior offensive line is going to be really good. So we're going to be here with the last pick I show. And to be honest, it's probably good that it is the last pick I show here, because I didn't really get a lot of chance to scout. I usually do auto scouting because it takes like ages. So, I mean, there's not a whole bunch of people here late in this draft class, to be honest. I mean, maybe more defense than offense, but we need a lot more offense here than defense, so it's going to be kind of tough. I'm just going to kind of maybe pick someone that might be good here, take someone with a decent strength, decent bench, I should say. But it doesn't look like there's going to be anybody with a decent bench, to be honest here. This guy's a power guy. He's not any good, really. So, I mean, yeah, to be honest, I'm just going to kind of pick somebody. If we have anybody scouted, I guess I'll just take this power right tackle, see what he is. 70 overall. So, not great. Wasn't a great draft. Hopefully, we did get our quarterback, though, Drew Lock. Alright, so we're here at the start of Season 2, and we are looking pretty decent on our team. I mean, we still do have some needs, especially on the O-line. Tackles are going to be a need. I am going to bounce a guard over to tackle. I'm not expecting it to work out at all, but, I mean, hopefully he can maybe develop, because we did spend a pretty high pick on him, I think like a second, so hopefully he can maybe start developing over here at right tackle. Austin Seferian-Jenkins should still be a decent tight end. Drew Lock's going to be the quarterback. Fournette here at running back. Receivers, definitely a weakness we have. We need to get some better receivers, but I needed you guys to witness this, all right? We're going to get Blake Bortles out of our face. He's going to be cut. I know it's going to be a penalty, but I don't care. We're getting Blake Bortles off the team. All right, Drew Lock's the quarterback. Cody Kessler is our backup. I just kind of did that, to be honest, as well, because he was requiring a lot of cap. I don't want to pay him that much. I did cut Barry Church, so we did clear up a little bit of cap here. Defensively, Maybe could use an upgrade at free safety. Gibson, he has a little bit of cap room he's taken up. He's an 84 overall, but maybe try to get younger at that position, a little less expensive. And then linebacking core is really good. We have Telvin Smith, Miles Jack, and then Coney Year's going to start as a rookie here at the linebacker. Tyrann Mathieu obviously coming in from free agency. He's got a pretty big contract himself. Cornerbacks, we got really good cornerbacks. Jalen Ramsey, AJ Bouye, Trevor Williams. We're going to have to re-sign Jalen Ramsey pretty soon. I think that might be this year. So we really need to start clearing up some cap room. Thankfully, I have cut a few people here. Calais Campbell, I'm hoping to keep around a long term. Defensive line's pretty good. How much cap has this guy got here? Because he's a decent... Actually, no, he doesn't have a lot of cap, so that's not a huge cap hit if we kept him. I just thought since he was a decent overall, he might have a big cap hit. But that's going to be it for our team here. We're looking pretty good. Receivers and tackles could use an upgrade, but our defense is definitely probably top of the league right now, if we're being honest here. Let's go ahead and set our season goal. I think we can go 9 wins. Drew Lock probably has a good rookie year. We'll see. At least he does have a running game to kind of go behind here in Jacksonville. Let's go ahead and see what we're looking like, though, at midseason. Back here at midseason, and yeah, I was correct. Jalen Ramsey's going to want re-sign. That could be tough. What's our record, though? All right, we're 4-4. I mean, that's almost matching the wins we had last year. Didn't we have 5 last year, if I'm not mistaken there? So that's actually pretty good. I mean, I'll accept that there. I will accept it. Well, I have to anyway, but we'll see. Jalen Ramsey's, that's actually not as bad as I was thinking it was going to be honest with you. Jalen Ramsey, only $8 million cap hit if we resign him. Yannick Ngakwe's got to come back. Miles Jack, definitely need to bring him back. And man, I feel like every year we're having to re-sign a lot of people. Austin Seferian-Jenkins, would love to bring him back, but I mean, I just don't know if I'm going to have enough money. I really don't. Keelan Cole, I'm probably going to have to let go of him. He is only 26, so we'll see what kind of year he has, but he's not like an elite talent, so I wouldn't be mad if we're not able to bring him back. To be honest, I'm most concerned about bringing back these first 3 people here. Austin Seferian-Jenkins would be good, but it's not a must. So other than that, that's really what I'm looking for here at the re-signing period. So here at the end of the year, again, no playoffs. I can kind of be okay with that, though. I know we're in a bit of a rebuilding stage right now. We did finish 7-8. It is kind of tough, though, that we didn't make the playoffs. When you look, it was kind of a down year for the AFC South, so we could have probably snuck in and made some noise. But we finished 7-8. Only 2 wins better than the record we had last year, I believe. Let's go ahead and check out some of our stats, though. We'll see what Drew Lock did his first year. Nearly 4,000 yards he has. 24 touchdowns to 12 picks. 64% completion rate. Decent stats there for a rookie. Rushing the ball, Leonard Fournette, about 1,100 yards. Only 5 touchdowns, but Carlos Hyde had 9. Receiving the ball, D.D. Westbrook has another 1,000-yard year. 77 receptions, 9 touchdowns. Marquez Lee has 800 receptions, 3 touchdowns. To be honest with you, I expected a little bit more from D.D. Westbrook because he played the slot as well. Austin Seferian-Jenkins, about 700 yards here, 3 touchdowns. Wasn't able to re-sign him. He wanted a little bit too much money, so I'm probably going to let him go. Keelan Cole didn't probably have the best year to bring him back, so I'm probably going to have to let Keelan Cole go as well. So we're going to be in a bit of another tough situation. We're going to have to get some good receivers somewhere. Sacks, our right tackle allows 14. Not too surprised about that, considering we moved him from guard to tackle. So I'm surprised it wasn't a worse, year than it was. Cam Robinson playing surprisingly well. Interior offensive line is good, and it really should be. We have a decent interior one. Then linebackers here, 122 tackles by Telvin Smith, Miles Jack 122, Tyrann Mathieu 89, AJ Bouye 83. What about sacks? We get 8 sacks by Telvin Smith, 5.5 by Calais Campbell. And like I'm telling you, we're not getting a lot of pressure here with our front 4, which could be concerning. Then interceptions, Jalen Ramsey comes in with 7. Gets 7 picks in a year. 3 by Bouye, 2 by Williams, 1 by Telvin Smith. Decent year by our defense. A lot of turnovers. Let's go ahead and upgrade our players real quick. Then we'll hop into free agency. here in the draft, we are going to have a few options. Before I do select my player here, I got to show you guys this guy. He's going to be a power back. Look at his stats. He's got the fastest 40 for a power back. I mean, just for a running back, period. Highest bench reps, and he's a freaking power back? That guy's going to be insane, whoever gets him. We already got Leonard Fournette, or I'd be all over him. But we are going to go receiver here. We are running a bit low on the receiver talent, so a possession receiver would be nice. It's a scheme fit already. He's 15th in true talent. He's got quick development. I kind of like this pick, to be honest. We needed a receiver here. He's got good catch in traffic. He might start immediately at the number 1 receiver, to be honest with you. Actually, we might start him number 2 in slots. Marquez Lee might not have a huge spot on the team. So I think I'm going to actually accept another receiver. I mean, draft another receiver here. Because Marquez Lee's contract is coming up. I do want to try to find a replacement as quickly as possible. This guy's a good slot guy. So it seems like he could play in the slot well for us. He's a 73 overall. But he had decent skills. And I mean, he should make for a decent slot guy. Probably will throw Lee up on the trade block, see what we can get for him. Alright, this is pretty tough to pass on, especially since we let go of Austin Seferian-Jenkins. It might be a little bit of a reach, but we do have 2 third-round picks. So I'm going to draft this guy. He's a 76 overall, a possession tight end. We needed a tight end after letting go of Jenkins. He's not going to really be a speed threat tight end, but he's going to be a possession tight end. He's going to have 86 catch in traffic, which is really good for a tight end. So I'm happy with that pick. Now, this might be another little bit of a reach here, but this guy's a left tackle. We do need one, and he's decent strength rating. So it said early 6th, but I'm going to take him now, even in the 3rd round, 75 overall. He's a power offensive line. It says he's a pass protector, but I'll take that because that means he's a scheme fit. So he's actually got pretty good stats here. Might bounce Cam Robinson over to right tackle, see how he does over there. And this guy should be our starting left tackle here for the upcoming season. All right, so with our 4th pick, this one's going to be the last pick I show here because we're running out of options right now. So I think I'm just going to take a quarterback. We do need a second one, so I'll just take a quarterback randomly with this 70 overall quarterback. Cole Fountain. You know, what a name, bro. Cole Fountain here. Going to be our quarterback, but he's not going to start. Definitely isn't. Drew Lock's still going to be the quarterback of the future for us. But that's going to be it for the draft. Let's go ahead and head into the start of next season. In the 3rd season here, our team's decent. It definitely is decent, but to say I'm a little bit worried about this offense is an understatement. I mean, we do not have a great offense here. Receivers are not great. Our highest receiver overall is an 83. Our quarterback isn't developing real great, only 77 overall. Leonard Fournette's an 89 overall. I mean, that's definitely going to be our best position. Tight end, we're going to be starting our rookie. Interior offensive line is still decent. We're going to be starting a pretty good left tackle, though, 75 overall. Cam Robinson's going to bounce over to right tackle. Offense is most certainly going to be our weak point, but I'm hoping our defense can make up for that because we have a really good defense. Calais Campbell is regressing the fastest I've seen him regress in the sim, because there's points where I'll pick him up in year 5 and he's still got like an 88 overall. So for him to be at an 82 now is pretty crazy. But that's, I mean, I guess it's just the way things go for me, you know what I'm saying? But defensive tackles are going to be the same. Yannick Ngakoue hasn't had the amount of sacks in a season I think he should, considering his overall is pretty great and he's got a 93 finesse move. That block shedding is pretty poor, but that finesse move is no joke. Jalen Ramsey, AJ Boye, Trevor Williams is going to be a good cornerback group. Safety, still free safety, could use a little bit of an upgrade. But we still have the Honey Badger at strong safety. And then linebacking core is going to be the same with Telvin Smith, Miles Jack, and then Coney here. So we're looking basically the same. A lot of the differences we have are going to be on offense, but we're going to have to try to find, you know, some kind of offense that can work for us. So I'm hoping the run game maybe can get going this year. Get a lot of rushing yards from Fournette. That could help out. And then when I'm going to go 9 this year. We had 7 last year, I think. 5 the first year. So hopefully we can go up by another 2. Maybe sneak into the playoffs. I did put Marquez Lee here on the trade block. I want to see like what I can get for him. Is going to be the real answer here. What year are we in? If anybody offers me, okay, so we're in 2021, I believe. So I'm gonna look for maybe a decent offer here. I'm not expecting like anything outrageous for Marquez Lee, but his draft, I mean, yeah, he's coming up on his contract. So I definitely want to try to pick somebody up. I probably will just trade for whoever was willing to give me that. Yeah, the Raiders. So I'm just going to trade him to the Raiders. I mean, he's a decent wide receiver, but I don't want to have to pay him when his contract comes up this year. Mid-season again, we're 4-3, which is decent, but the Texans are 6-2. So that's going to definitely probably be tough to maybe try and reach them. They're about a 1 win over us here since we have a bye week. I think that messes it up a little bit, but players we're going to have to re-sign. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Okay, Leonard Fournette, that's, man, I feel like every freaking year we're having to sign people, bro. It is literally every year. We're in year 3 here, and now Leonard Fournette wants a contract. And that's, I mean, that's going to be a lot of money there. Leonard Fournette, definitely, we got to bring him back. D.D. Westbrook's got to come back. Probably it's going to let Calais Campbell go, to be honest. A lot of these players are going to get let go of. A lot of them. I mean, the toughest one is going to be Calais Campbell, but at an 82 overall at 34, I don't want to sign him to a real big contract. So that should free up a little bit of room for us, but obviously create a pretty big hole on the defensive line. So just going to bring back here Leonard Fournette and D.D. Westbrook. So that's going to be it here for year 3. Let's go ahead and hop to the end of the season. Well, no playoffs. That's tough. You know, year 3, no playoffs. We finished 9-7, which is what I predicted we finished. So that's where you're getting a little XP for that, Coach XP. I just wanted to make it clear, I'm not just not showing the upgrades sometimes. Sometimes when I don't show the upgrades, it's just because I don't have a lot of upgrades to show. So I just don't want to waste your guys' time there. Well, let's go ahead and check out our stats here. Drew Lock, another decent season. This is probably his worst season, and that's just not great stats. 3,300 yards. I mean, 24 touchdowns to 7 interceptions, 58% completion rate. Not good. Running the ball, Leonard Fournette has 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns. He fumbled 3 times. That's going to cost you a little bit. D.D. Westbrook, 73 receptions, 900 yards, 9 touchdowns. Jordan Fry, our rookie that we picked up with our first round pick, 600 yards, 5 touchdowns. Not the best start. And then our slot guy had 500 yards, 3 touchdowns. We just didn't have a lot of talent, I guess. For Drew Lock, you can kind of count that one up as that. Just not a lot of talent at the receiver position at all. Tackles, okay. Man, Cam Robinson didn't even allow as many sacks as our left tackle did when he was a left tackle. What's going on here? Okay, so offensive line starting to allow some sacks, which could be the downfall of our rebuild completely. Miles Jack, though, 128 tackles. Telvin Smith, 102. Tyrann Mathieu, 95. Jalen Ramsey, 86. Sacks, we're going to get 6.5 from Darius. Yannick Ngakoue finally gets 6, but I mean, I'm hoping for a little more than that. Calais Campbell, 5.5. Linebackers are getting a decent amount of sacks, which is a little weird. Miles Jack comes up with 6 interceptions, though. Tyrann Mathieu has 3. AJ Boye, 3. Telvin Smith, 3. No, Telvin Smith, 2. Tashawn Gibson, 2. Actually, I forgot to show you guys. Telvin, what's his name? Yeah. Tashawn Gibson was actually in the players we have to re-sign, but I didn't want to re-sign him because, you know, he's just got a decent cap hit, and I don't really want to pay him that. So we're going to let go of him. So we're going to have a few holes now here in year 3 that we're going to have to plug up. And usually by this time, our team's pretty well formed. And to be honest, it's not this year. Let's go ahead and check out if we're in any of the yearly awards. Todd Gurley wins MVP. Of course he does. You know what I'm saying, man? Nobody there. Let's go ahead and check out Offensive Player of the Year. Went to somebody, Jarrett Stidham. He replacing Tom Brady. Not in any other Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Miles Jack, which is really good for us. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Oh, come on. We nearly had 3 people up there. Are you kidding? Defensive Rookie. The Raiders win it. We don't win it. Quarterback Mayfield coming in at number 1. We're at number 9. That's decent considering our season. Leonard Fournette's coming in at number 7 here. Wide receivers. Some rookie for the Titans wins that. We got Dede Westbrook, though, coming in at number 8. Offensive line. Yeah, definitely not surprised if we don't have anybody here, but Brandon Linder is going to be there. Definitely one of our best offensive linemen. Defensive line, Myles Garrett wins it. And Marcel Darius coming in at the last spot. Linebackers, we don't got anybody there. That's a little bit weird. Actually, Miles Jackson at number 2. I'm blind. And then defensive back, Carl Joseph wins it for the Raiders. That's a one you don't really see. Tyrann Mathieu coming in at number 6, which probably means he made the Pro Bowl. So that, I mean, decent. Got a little bit of mentions there. Not a whole lot to really bank on, though, this season. Except our offense needs to be upgraded. Defensively, we're going to have to find some replacements for people like our free safety and Calais Campbell. So we're going to have some work to do this free agency. Let's go ahead and see who's going to be available. Back in free agency, we actually have quite a lot of cap room this year, and I'm not surprised. We did look at quite a few people like Calais Campbell. Our free safety, that cap hit of Blake Bortles is probably finally getting rid of it now, and we have a decent amount of cap. So I'm going to go make some luxury offers here. We're going to offer a contract here to Trent Williams. Really want to land him. Probably more than anybody, to be honest with you. Because we need a left tackle for these last 2 years. I mean, that would go a long way. It really would. And then I'm going to offer a contract to Taylor Moton as well. Try to get 2 good tackles. That's really our only need on the offensive line. Interiorly, we're quite good. And then I'm going to offer a contract here to John Ross. I think he'd make a nice slot receiver for us. You definitely add a lot of speed to our receiving core that it just doesn't have right now. We're more of a possession kind of receiving core, but he would add some pretty good speed to the receiving core. So let's go ahead and see if we get any of these guys. I'm really hoping we do. Let's simulate forward here. Don't screw me over, game. Come on. All right, they all 3 accept it. Finally, we get something that goes our way. We get 2 tackles that are going to start immediately and a wide receiver. And John Ross, that's going to add a lot to our receiving core. The slot guy I had hoped for to work out for us just didn't. So that's really why I went out to get a receiver. And then our tackles that I was kind of hoping would work really didn't upgrade at all. It's really hard to upgrade offensive linemen. I'm thinking about using an XP slider set. If you guys do have any suggestions for XP sliders for rebuilds, go ahead and leave those in the comments, because I've noticed I haven't really upgraded much on the offensive line at all in rebuilds, which has kind of been pretty tough for me. But let's go ahead and hop here into the draft. So just decided to do a draft recap this time instead of doing a live one, just because, you know, there's not a whole lot of positions that we got out of this draft that's going to help us out a lot. But I did get a couple. We got a free safety that's definitely going to start. He's not the most skilled free safety, that's for sure. He's only got a 68 zone coverage. His play recognition and awareness is a bit down, but he's already got the talent. I mean, he's got good speed. He's got good head power, really good head power. Actually, 90 is pretty nice. He's a good tackler. So if he can get that zone coverage up a little bit in the just overall awareness and play rec, that should be a pretty good pick there. And then I did have to get a left in here to completely replace Calais Campbell, you know, because we lost him. I thought it was going to be a pretty tough loss. It actually is like, I mean, it's not a huge loss. This guy isn't great strength, but he's going to bring some more pass rush here to the left end spot, and we should be pretty decent there. He's got some good traits already. He's got decent speed, so I like the pick there. And that's really all that's going to start for us. This left outside linebacker probably won't start. He is a scheme fit. I mean, he's got pretty good stats, I won't lie. He might actually start over that linebacker I was trying to upgrade, because he just wasn't upgrading really at all for me. So this guy might actually start Nate Newton, you know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and hop into the 4th season. Start of season 4, definitely our best team we've had so far, for sure, in the Jacksonville. I mean, not so far of rebuilds, but so far for Jacksonville, they've been pretty underwhelming, to be honest, for me so far. It's been a tougher rebuild than I've expected, but this 4th year, we've had some decent amount of time to build it up, especially through free agency. We were able to get a couple tackles that really helped us out because our cap room freed up a little bit. Drew Lock is now a 78 overall. There was some quarterbacks in free agency I was thinking about getting, but I'm going all in on Drew Lock. Leonard Fournette's the running back. Wide receivers, finally we got almost an elite wide receiver, or at least a decent one, with Dede Westbrook. Fry is going to be an 82 overall, and then John Ross should add some needed help to the receiving core. Our tight end hopefully can upgrade a little bit. He was pretty good coming out of the draft here, And then offensive line is definitely one of the better units, I would have to say, in the league. With Trent Williams, Andrew Norwell, Linder, Lett, and Moten, we got a pretty good O-line. Defensively, we're still good. I mean, even without Calais Campbell and our free safety, our cornerback core is still probably one of the best right now, if not the best. Our defensive line's really good with Yannick Ngakoue. Marcel Darius is regressing, but he's still decent. And then Brian here has developed into a pretty good pass rusher at the defensive tackle spot. Caldwell's going to be the rookie starting. Safeties, I like him still. And then linebacking core, I really like. Newton's going to be starting as a rookie over Coney here, or Coney. But yeah, Miles Jack, 92 overall, really good player. Telvin Smith, really good player. I mean, there's a certain point when you got so many superstars on defense, you gotta be a good team. I mean, we got the Honey Badger, we got Miles Jack, we got Jalen Ramsey, bro, Yannick Ngakoue. We got some nasty people on our defense. I think it's the year that we make the playoffs here in Jacksonville without Blake Bortles. All right, we're gonna make it. We're going to try to make some noise. Let's go ahead and see if we do. Let's hop into midseason, see what kind of players we're going to have to re-sign, what our record's looking like, and just, you know, what we're doing. All right, we're 4-3 right now. I mean, I feel like we start out every year like this. We just go 4-3, or we're 4-4, and we just don't end it well. But at least we're at the top of the division. We just won a close game against the Patriots. So we'll see what we can do. Players are going to have to re-sign them. Let's see who's going to be it this year. AJ Bouye, want to bring him back. Telvin Smith, want to bring him back. Marcel Darius, might have to let him go if worse comes to worse. Tavon Bryan, want to bring him back. He's one of our good young players, to be honest. Not a whole lot of people we're going to have to resign this year. What are we looking like in the terms of cap room? It's decent. I mean, we got a decent amount of cap to work with, so it's not like we're strapped for cash or anything, so we should be able to make some decent signings here. Gosh dang, dude, you gotta be joking. How do we not make the playoffs again, dude? We finished 8-8. What is happening? It's like we start 4-3 and we just blow our season apart. What is happening here? Drew Lock is not playing well is what's happening. That's the answer. Actually, it's played decent. I mean, 3,700 yards isn't what you want, but our receiving core again isn't the best. Let's not kid ourselves here. 28 touchdowns to 6 picks, 63% completion rate. He actually played decent. Rushing the ball, Leonard Fournette played good. I mean, nearly 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns. Receiving the ball, Jordan Fry leads the team in receptions with 83, 800 yards, 8 touchdowns. D.D. Westbrook, 77 receptions, 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Darren Richardson putting up some numbers here at the tight end spot. And then John Ross putting up a pretty good yards here, 15-yard average per reception. Leonard Fournette put up numbers. So what happened? What was the problem here? Well, our right tackle Taylor Moton allowed 14 sacks. That's not gonna help the cause, brother. All right, tackles. Oh wow, we get like 149 from Miles Jack. I mean, he's been the MVP of this rebuild. He really has. We get 95 from Telvin Smith, Jalen Ramsey 87, Tyrann Mathieu 83, AJ Bouye 80. And then sacks-wise, we get 4. Oh, gosh, dude, we just can't get sacks to save our life. We really can't. And that's really been surprising to me, how we haven't gotten sacks. Miles Jack has 4 picks. I think he leads the team in sacks as well. Leads the team in tackles, leads the team in sacks, leads the team in interceptions. Come on, man. Then Jalen Ramsey comes up with 4, Telvin Smith 3, Tyrann Mathieu 3. But yeah, right now, Miles Jack is the MVP of the rebuild, no doubt. Let's see who won the MVP for this season here. Well, Kareem Hunt's up there for the Jets. Whoa, he signed with the Jets? That's pretty tough. That's pretty tough. That's not going to help the cause out for us either, trying to freaking one-up in here when we got the Jets having an MVP candidate, but it's fine. It's fine, bro. Let's go ahead and upgrade our players. into year 5 here, we are going to have to try to make some signings. So I'm going to spend all my cap pretty much here. And this is going to be my negotiations. I'm going to offer Von Miller a contract, and my thought to bring him in would be actually to move him to a left end if he does accept, because he'd be a real nasty pass rusher for us and add some really needed pass rushing ability. And I'm going to offer a contract to Michael Gallup here. He would add a really nice receiver here for us. Him and Dede Westbrook would be nice, and then Fry could play the slot, and we'd go from really having an average receiving core to having a really nice receiving core, almost an elite receiving core. So let's go ahead and advance weeks. I need this to work out if we're going to make some noise next year. For the last season, I need it to. Okay, Von Miller rejects it. Michael Gallup accepts it, so kind of a trade-off there. I guess we're giving up a little bit of defense for some offense, but I'll try to make another signing, and I'll let you guys know if it does happen. So we're back here, and we still know what time it is. It is the 5th and final season, so it's Super Bowl or bust. Make sure if you guys have enjoyed up to this point, you do hit that sub button. It will be greatly appreciated. We're the 5th and final year. Let's take a look at the team. I mean, it's definitely the best team we've had. I know I keep on saying that every year, but it's definitely gotten better every year. That's just been a fact, but same team pretty much, except we add Michael Gallup to our receiving core, which should help out a lot and give us some more targets. Defensively, I really wasn't able to replace Calais Campbell. I didn't get to re-sign Marcel Darius, so we're going to have a pretty decent sized hole here at the defensive tackle spot, which it could hurt us real bad. But, I mean, we're just going to have to deal with that. Jalen Ramsey is going to be here at 99 overall. AJ Bouye, Trevor Williams. We're going to have Ransom up here to a 79 overall. Tyrann Mathieu still. Our linebacking core is still pretty decent. I might try to make a trade happen here in the 5th year. But if not, I will see you guys at the end of the year, and we'll see if we made the playoffs. Alright, so we go out and make a trade happen. I think this is another realistic trade. We give up a good left outside linebacker that the 49ers do need. We give up a first-round pick, which is probably enough just to get to Forrest Buckner straight up right now, for being honest. And then we give up a pretty decent left tackle that was actually our starting left tackle for a while, and he's a 75 overall. So I think this is a good trade. I did want to go try to make something happen, give ourselves a better chance here in year 5 to make the playoffs. So we add a good pass rushing defensive tackle to our team, and we'll see what happens. We'll just simulate here to the end of the season and see if we're able to make the playoffs this 5th and final year. Oh my dude, so we barely make the playoffs. We're 10-6 right now. We did not win the division, the Texans did, so we're gonna have to be playing in the wild card. Let's go and take a look at what we're doing here. Quarterback not playing well again. That's not a great year at all anywhere. Rushing the ball, Leonard Fournette has a decent year, doesn't get a lot of touchdowns, but he has almost 1,300 yards. Receiving the ball, Michael Gallup comes in, leads the team in receptions with 7 touchdowns. Richardson, our tight end, up there with 750 yards, 3 touchdowns. Dede Westbrook, only 500 yards. And then Jordan Fry putting up monster numbers, 64 receptions, 1,000 yards, 16 yards per average, and then 13 touchdowns. Blocking the ball, probably didn't do too well. We didn't. Defensively, I'm hoping that trade made a pretty good value here. We'll take a look. Miles Jack, 117 tackles. Telvin Smith, 109. AJ Bouye, 88 sacks. We get 5 from Caldwell, 4 from Bryan, 4.5 from Jennings. Wow, does DeForest Buckner do nothing? He gets 3 sacks. It's still not great. Interceptions, 5 by Tyrann Mathieu, 4 by Telvin Smith, 4 by Ramsey. So we get some turnovers by the defense. Finally, we get some good play here by the defense, and we're going to be in the playoffs. So let's go ahead and hop into that game. All right, so we're going to be in the playoffs here. I did make it a thing where I can jump in the 5th and final year, but only in like crucial moments. So like if we're down 3 or something, so I'm not going to jump in unless I'm needed. You know what I'm saying? Baltimore about to score here. They score 3. We do know our defense should be decent. We're having trouble moving the ball. Come on, please. Oh, field goal. Come on. 2-minute drill. We'll hop in here, though. All right, we're hopped into our first playoff game here. We're going to be playing with Drew Lock. Not sure how his accuracies are going to hold up here, but just going to toss it down to the tight end, Richardson, and hopefully try to get out of bounds. We do. Well, I mean, it's definitely not too much time, but I'm going to try to attempt to run the ball here. Leonard Fournette's going to get the ball, and he trucks somebody over. Leonard Fournette feels really fast. I mean, that's the first time I've used him, and he feels explosive. Well, I think we're in field goal range at least. It's going to be a 2nd and 14 after not a great run for us. I'm not going to lie about it either. Just wasn't a great decision. We get sacked. Held on to it way too long. Matthew Judon probably knocks us out of field goal range. But we're going to hop back in here on a 3rd and 27. Very big play of the game. Can't believe I held on to it that long. That's just unfortunate. We'll see what happens, though. Probably just going to toss it to my tight end. What is that? Garbage? It's intercepted. What is that garbage? That's the worst ball I've ever seen thrown in my life. Alright, I'm not going to lie. That was just horrifically bad. And I don't want to talk about it. You know, I really don't. 3rd down alert. We score a touchdown. Baltimore has the ball. Jacksonville. Okay, we score a touchdown. So we're about to score again somehow. Big field goal. We do score a field goal. Oh, how does Baltimore score that fast? 3rd down alert. Red zone alert. Okay, we score a touchdown. It could be over here, but, I mean, Baltimore... Okay, it's over. We win. We win the game. We won our first playoff game. We're going to be moving on to the divisional round. A kind of a weird playoff game. Lamar Jackson has a pretty good game, but we win it. Let's see who we're going to be playing in the divisional round. So we're going to be taking on the Texans in this game. This is going to be a good game. This is going to be a real good game, a division rival. We'll see if we can get a win over them and get us a step closer to the Super Bowl. All right, back here again. Again, make sure you remember here, we're not going to jump in only on critical moments. So, like, 2-minute warning maybe, something like that, because I don't want to, you know, play the whole game. Just want to see what my team can do here. 3rd down alert, big field goal, please. Okay, we kicked that. Red zone alert. We'll probably hop in here. Whoa, this is a weird play. I've never seen this. This is called Jags Corners. It's a little odd. They're going to be sending pressure, it seems, from the right. So we're going to have to get this off in a hurry. Going to float it up there. And our tight end doesn't come down with it. What? Well, I definitely want to get some points here. A touchdown would be ideal. 3rd and 5 here. We'll see what we can get. Just going to toss it down to Leonard Fournette, and he trucks over somebody. Gets us that first. Well, I mean, we're going to be in a tough spot. We're going to call slants here. We have good receivers to call slants. Nice possession, guys. So maybe something can go our way, if you know what I'm saying. I don't like it, though. J.J. Watt's there, and he's going to sack me. And that sucks. All right, we're going to have to go for the field goal. So hopefully my team can get that done. Actually, nope, they're going to want me to kick it here. So let's go ahead and see if we can kick a field goal. Hopefully that's right down the middle. Almost blocked it. Jesus. All right, we go up 13-7. I mean, that's decent, but we're going to give Houston a chance. Maybe my defense can come up clutch. Who knows? Bigger things have happened here, and they don't. They don't come up clutch. Come on, Jacksonville, please. Red zone, 3rd down alert, field goal. We kicked the field goal. I feel like every time we score, though, Houston drives. We score. If we score a touchdown, we're in real good position. We missed the field goal, you know? Okay, I'm not feeling good about myself right now. We have a 1-point lead, and we have the ball, which is pretty big right here. I need us to get a touchdown, though, like quite badly, because if we don't, Houston will score. So right now, if Houston scores, we're hopping in here. Oh, no, we have the ball with a 4-point lead, and we're about to score. How do we score field goals in this situation, though, is all I'm saying. When Houston's about to score a touchdown, and they do. Now we're going to have to hop in. Well, we're going to hop in here, you know, and see if we're clutch right now. Because this is a real tough situation right here. Don't like it one bit. Going to try to find the corner route. Not a great throw from Locke. Well, I can tell you what, I've made better decisions in drafting quarterbacks because Drew Lock has not developed well, and he's kind of costing us this game right now, as I'm going to have to get outside the pocket. We stay upright. We're going to scramble with Drew Lock. We're going to get up to the 40. Let's go hurry up mode. Let's see if we can get a drive rolling here. I like a screen pass to Fournette. That sounds reasonable. We'll call it here. Try to lob it to Fournette here, and at least it's incomplete. That's all I can say. All right, well, this is a huge point in the game right now. 3rd and 10. I mean, we got to get something. Come on, tight end, please. Okay, I don't understand what happened, but we find him, and we get a critical conversion. Gosh, dude, I don't know. Our offense is not great. I thought it was better than it is. I'm playing with it now, and I'm kind of seeing why we've been garbage for so many years. Oh, is that intercepted? Chidobe Owozi, or whatever your name is. Get out my face. All right, bro? Better not celebrate on me. Get out of here. That cost us the game? It did. It did, didn't it? No, it's overtime. Overtime alert? We need a score? Can my team score? They can't. Okay, they can't, and Houston scores. We lose another rebuild. We've only won one this year. We've only won one. But anyway, guys, I enjoyed that rebuild. If you guys did, let me know in the comments below. And please leave a suggestion for the next team in the comments down below that you want to see. If you enjoyed it as well, make sure you hit that sub button. Or if you're just new to the channel, make sure you hit that sub button. We do a lot of rebuilds around here. We do some franchises. I'm doing a Seahawks franchise right now, and I'm actually doing a quarterback career mode. That's a lot of fun. Make sure you check those out for me. And if you enjoyed, again, I hope you did. I'll see you guys next time.